Hi guys, and welcome to another Bootstrap 4 with brackets text editor video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. In this video, let's go back down to where we left off. The last one we added this rolling counter section here. In fact, no, we didn't. We did a video section further up. But in this one, we're going to add a section below this, just a contact section that we'll link to with our menu up there. So let's go ahead and do that. And to do that, we've got to open up our brackets text editor. For those of you that haven't been following, brackets is free and it's awesome, and you can download it from a link below this video. Now inside our website folder that we've been building here is our index.html file. Just right click and open that with brackets. I've already got mine open. And the other file we'll be working on today is our custom CSS file, which is in the CSS folder. Same thing, just right click and open, or navigate to it using the file here like any other program. So let's create a new section down at the bottom here, and we'll give it the ID of contact. That way we'll be able to add it to the menu and scroll down to it. Now what I've got in mind here is two columns, because Bootstrap area is made up of 12 sections, and I want two columns, so I'll make 6 and 6, because 12 divided by 2 is 6, or it was last time I checked anyway. So let's create a row. I'm going to use a shortcode, row with columns, and these shortcodes are awesome. They just plump in a bunch of HTML for you. Now I want extra small columns. I want to make these 12, so they'll be full screen on very small devices, and on larger and medium devices I'll make it 6, so they'll be side by side. And I want to add another column next door to that, so I'm going to copy that and paste that in there. Now what I just did there, I've gone over this several times, I apologize if you've seen it before. I'm using extension manager here, and again all these extensions are free. You can go to your available tab and just type in Bootstrap, and a bunch of Bootstrap options will come up, and you can just install them with an install button, or go to their site and download the zip file. The examples I'm actually using today from this RCH Bootstrap snippets, and if you just click on the more info, it'll take you to their GitHub page. And you can just scroll down and it'll give you a list of all these shortcodes, and I'm going to be using one in a minute. There'll be a form, scroll. See, there's so many of them, they do save so much time, it's unbelievable. I used to have to type all of these out longhand, which is good practice, that's how you learn, but for time saving this is awesome. So I'm going to be using that BS4 contact in a minute to style our form, or to create our initial form I should say. So there you go, that's what I just did to get these columns going. Right, and that first column, so this will be the one on the left here, I'm going to have some text. I haven't decided what yet. Let's just populate our second one with that shortcode that I just showed you. And it was BS form, and I think it was just contact, wasn't it? Yeah, there it is. And there you go, it's just entered all that HTML for us. Fantastic time saver. That's fine, we'll customize that a bit in a second. Just tidy that up. Okay, I guess we'll put a title in here and say book now. Let's give it an H2 tag, heading 2. Bock now, okay. Just before I go any further, I'll just say this and I'll show you what it's going to do. It's not going to look particularly good at the moment. Control S, let's go back to our site. And we're at the bottom here. Let's refresh. It should be below this now. There we go. It's put in this form here and it's not real good. In fact, I've got it full width. I think I'll pull it in regular. So let's just wrap this in a container tag. So let's just put this section, let's put everything inside of it, inside of a container. That'll pull it in. So I'm going to div the class of container. And the closing div, I just want to put on the bottom there. So I'm going to cut it, Control X. And I want to put it just before the section end there. And you see it's red, it's telling us we're missing a div tag, which is very kind of it. And I'll just shift those along. There we are, so everything's as it should be. Now when we look back, that should be in a container. I think what I'll do is below this, there we go, it's pulled it all inside there. I'll do a full width Google map below this, and that way I won't put it in a container, so it can be nice and full width. Okay, so book now, blah blah blah. What I'm going to do is this section, let's start on some CSS and let's give it some padding top and bottom. I think we gave that 100 up here, so let's do similar with this just to give it a bit of space. Let's go to our custom CSS, scroll down to the bottom. As usual, we'll give it a title, / **/*, and we'll call it contact. And the actual section, it's an ID contact, so we want to use a hashtag to target it. So it's hashtag contact. And all I'm going to do is give it a bit of padding top and bottom, and I'm not going to have any left and right, so let's do padding. First attribute, let's give it 100 pixels. That's going to be top and bottom, and let's just hit 0. I don't even have to say pix if I'm using 0. And that'll be left and right, so top and bottom 100, left and right 0. Let's just check that's working. Control S, back to our site. There we go. It's giving it a nice bit of padding at the top and the bottom, but we're still all the way over right and left. Now let's add a little bit of text below there, so let's open some paragraph tags. That's what we've just put in. Let's say something like, to avoid disappointment, book well a time. Book well ahead of time. Now I guess I'll separate these with some line breaks. So let's just put in a break, BR. That'll mean this next bit of text that I type will be on a separate line. I'll say something like, we're booked up for several months. Let's just put a full stop or a period on the end of there. And let's have that on a line of its own as well, so we'll go down another line. Now what can we say after that? Occasionally a table will come up. Will become available. Due to a cancellation. If you'd like to be informed, let us know. I don't know, informed of openings, please message us. How's that sound? Okay, I think that will do for that. And perhaps underneath, say something about regular bookings. I'll put this in another P tag. It'll give it, space it out a little bit more. So I type in date and time and number of people. We're going to put a form on the right, so say on the form on the right. That'll probably do. What else do we want to put here? I guess we'll tell them we'll do our best. Another break. We'll do our best. To accommodate you. What else can we have there? Let's put in a phone number. And we'll put in a number. Let's make the number bigger. Let's use an H2 again for that. Heading 2 tag. Okay, that's fine. I think that'll probably do it. I guess we could add a button that takes them back to our locations. Let's just steal a button from up here. Here's a button. Put that button in here. And locations. And we can have that go back up to our little locations section by just bring hashtag locations. Because that was the section ID of the locations from memory. Here it is, locations, ID locations. So all we have to do for the link for that button is put hashtag locations, which is what we've done there. And that should scroll up there. Let's have a look, see what that looks like. Control S and back to the site. Let's refresh that. Okay, and there's that button. It's kind of there. I think I might like to give it a little more padding. And I've got a tag out of place there, look. Let's just look at that. Okay, I'm not sure, I don't even know why I've got a tag there. Oh, I probably hit it instead of a period, full stop. Okay, save that, back. See if that button's going to work. Yeah, it's fine. It takes us to our location section here that we built the other day. Alright, so that'll do for that bit for the moment. We might want to come back and change some styling on it. This side, let's customize this. Let's make these headings H2, the same as these. And let's change our placeholders there. And let's make the submit button similar style to that. So it's very easy to do. So here we go. So all I need to do is make this an H2 tag. And let's say party name. Name of the party booking, and let's get rid of that one, making sure not to cut off any of those tags. And we'll do the same here. In fact, let's just do this, save a bit of time. It's going to throw up some errors initially. And the closing H2 tag. Okay, and we'll put return email address, make that capital A on there, and let's say inquiry perhaps. And I'd kind of like a placeholder for this as well. So at the moment we've got, let's just see what we've got here. Control S, refresh. Yep. And I'd like to put a placeholder in here. These are called placeholders. This text that you can see there grayed out. And I'd like to put one in here also, saying please enter date, time, something to do with booking, making a booking. So let's just copy that placeholder there, and let's just plump it down below here. Okay, and inside there, I think I've got 2 spaces there. Let's take that back one. And okay, date, time, and number. I guess I should put a comma inside there. Let's have a look at that. Control S to save, back to the site. There we go, enter date, time and number. All people, I suppose would look better, wouldn't it? Everything else is caps, so I guess I'll make that a capital O as well. Alright, let's save that. Control S. Now here's the submit button, and I want it to be the same style as this button we used here, so let's just call it button info, button large. Let's just copy that. Notice that's got a margin on the top of it, margin top 3. I might want to change that, so let's put it there. So it's now button, button info, button large. Looks like I've got an extra space there as well. Save that. Let's take a look. Okay, so that's the same style. It's fine. I'd kind of like it if those buttons were bit more in line, so I can add a bit of padding to the top, or margin to the top of this, and I could add a bit of padding or a margin to the bottom of one of these sections here. Let's do that. Because it's actually got a margin at the top at the moment. 3, 5. I don't think 5 is going to do it. I can try that, but I don't think it'll do as much as we need it to do. It's close. Let's take this away and give it some custom margin. Let's give it a class TBTN contact button, and let's do a bit with our custom CSS here. So let's save that, go into our custom CSS, and it's a class, so we need to add a period or a full stop, TBTN, and let's give it some margin top. Let's try 50 pixels. We can always change it. I think that might be a little bit too much, but let's just do that. Save that, take a look, see what we got here, refresh. Well, scroll up so we can see. Let's just grab this using my mouse wheel. Does that look about right? Let's put this right on the bottom of that. I'd say that. So 56 is what we want to get those two in line. Just get that inspector out of the way. I just hit F12 there for anybody that didn't realize what I was doing with the Chrome browser there. What did we say? 57, I believe. Save that. Back to the site, do a refresh. Should stay the same. There we go. Those buttons are in line now, and that takes us up there. I think I had a booking button, didn't I? A book now. I want that to take us down to our contact section. So let's go back to our index.html and book now. There's that button. So we want that to go to the contact section. And let's go up to the top menu and make our top menu item scroll down there as well. There we go. So hashtag contact to the section ID. Save that. Let's just have a look. What else do we actually want to do to this? When I refresh, that booking button should now take us down there, hopefully. Yep. It can only go this far down because there's nothing below it. We will have a map below there, so that will be up the top there. And if we go back up to the top, now this contact button should take us down there also. Yep, that's fine. Okay. So how are we doing with this? I guess I ought to have a title in there. Something like contact us today. So let's put that in there and we'll call that contact section complete. So here we are. Here's our container. I'm up at the top. Let's go down to where we were working with our contact section. Here we go. Here's our container. Here's our row. So above our row, I'll do another div. I'm going to give it the class of text center because I want the text inside to be centered. So text center, and inside there we'll use our trusty H2 tags that we've been using again, and something like contact us today. Contact us today for bookings. I think contact us today will do fine. Let's save that. Back to the site. Refresh. There we have it. Now I'd like to see more space between that and stuff below. So let's just use one of these nice Bootstrap 4 classes. Have margin bottom, margin MB bottom 5, which is the max you can do for this particular attribute. There we go. Okay, so there you have it. That's how to add your contact section to your Bootstrap 4 website. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in web development, take one of our courses below. We've got some huge discounts for our YouTube subscribers. There's also some great free courses down there. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.